We're back. Only took about 10 minutes to get back here because this game has a very bad save system. It saved me essentially at the last time we were at the map. Apparently that's how their save system works, I guess. Even though I feel like it worked when we were at the cave last time. We were a little farther back, but actually no, it didn't. It was back at the map again. So you can only save at the map. So I saved here last time, and this is quite some time since then. There was that one other murder, the girl in the alleyway, or so, wherever that was. So yeah, that is any consideration how far back we are here. It took me about 10 minutes of mashing on my mouse, skipping as much as I possibly could, to get back here. So again, very bad save system design. We'll see how I feel about how this game ends on whether or not I want to go back, but I would like to live in a world where Cocorico / Edgeworth Chicken doesn't die, so. Let's talk about the victim. Who was she? What's her name? We don't know, nobody knows. Just one more nameless girl stamped out under the boot of tyranny. That's tragic. Very much so. I want to see the world where it never happens again. Yeah, was she being threatening? Isn't it possible that the girl was acting threatening and that she was killed in self-defense? Don't blame the victim. Falcon is tasteless. Isn't she in a way still blaming the victim or something like that? I don't know. She's this. You can't see my mouse, but she's being used. Okay, there's a higher, more probably, I would say, better ran power that is controlling her, and she's basically being a scapegoat. But she's also an idiot. She is very much, yeah. She thinks she's completely in charge of this, and she's not even close. And she killed Cocorico, so let's not forget that. He is not our friend, even though they kinda portrayed Falcon as being kind of nice with her. Oh, also Falcon is apparently a ex-murderer or killed someone, and apparently he also killed someone with the judge who we know is a murderer and actually committed murder just recently in the alleyway. But that's only being brought up now? Question mark? I don't know. I am gonna have some things to say about this game at the end, unless I'll give it this. It could everything could wrap up at the end and it could all make sense. But so far things aren't making sense. Falcon, I don't think there's any scenario you can conjure that justifies an armed policeman gunning down an unarmed girl. Strongly advise you to choose another topic. Okay, whatever. Absolutely right. Let's move this discussion along. Yes. Oh wait, no I don't. What? What did it say his? What's it say? Hers? Anyways, the fire says that the girl was approaching the police line at the time of the shooting. Why did she do that? Oh, what? Just one sec. Sorry. Oh. We should be asking why the girl would do such a thing. It doesn't make any sense. Perhaps she wanted to hurl insults at the policia. Perhaps she just wanted directions. I don't think policia is the French way to say police, but anyways. I have no idea what her intentions were, but in any case, her death was the outcome. That's what we must focus on. So we're still holding a trial? I guess. And who are we blaming? Oh yeah, Volretti here. The person who we thought was a bad guy the whole time, but actually is the good guy. Well, yeah. Him and Sparrowson. Sure, whatever. Now as I recall, the main police line was at the entrance to Toleris in the Place de la Concorde. That's what we were where we were waiting. I don't know why I had such a hard time reading that. But this incident didn't occur out there. It was a good 50, maybe 100 meters away. So what? Oh, what? It was a severe discrepancy in the fires at counts of events. Maybe there was a police line there, but it moved. Maybe the fire was mistaken. Maybe it was just a single officer. Does it really matter? Yeah, it does matter. Yeah, it matters hugely. It impacts how we view the narrative of events. Also, all these people in the background image here, they're literal humans. I don't see a single animal, like a anthropomorphic animal in the background here. Well, if it were just a single police officer, then it would be a more private confrontation, and, well, Madame Bumo scowls. Sorry, Falcon, I don't buy it. This lioness is an idiot, so we have to try to work around that. Innocent being killed by a policeman isn't innocent being killed by a policeman. Fire got some details wrong, but the overarching crime remains. We must stay focused on that. No. Whatever. Let's talk about gun! Also, the Mademoiselle was approaching the police line with his hands in the air. That's not. That does not say her. That says he's. Oh god. Rude. Police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel." Drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through the chest. Nothing gets me more TO'd than a very apparent spelling error that has not been fixed, like, at all. Okay, fair. If this game had just came out and that was an error, you have people tell you, oh, there's an error here. You can fix it. You do a patch, change the screen, or keep the screen, just go and change where it says he's to her. Easy peasy. That's not hard to do. Literally, you can do it in like a half hour. Save it, push it to the, I'm not sure if this type of stuff is saved to like GitHub or what, but just push it there, and then have it update available for Steam. Easy peasy. It's not hard. But again, that's there. They clearly just do not care. People that make this game. I'm sorry. Is this something that it really gets to me? And it absolutely means they do not care. You need to understand that people watching that try to say, it's lots of times people try to make excuses or try to say that it's a sign that, I don't know. When you can fix something that makes you look like an idiot for not having fixed, then it means you do not care about people's opinions, and you do not care about essentially your customers. But yeah, I'm not harping exactly on this game about that, because there are plenty of other games that are like that, and plenty of other games like that I played recently. Not on stream, and not games that are posted to YouTube. So, none of those games, but oh boy. Again, you all probably don't want to hear me complaining, if any of you are even watching. I know some people watch, because this does get a few views, but you need to understand, I do like to go off sometimes on tangents. Yeah. Anyways. I really hope you all just skip fast forwarded. I'm probably not going to put any type of timestamps or anything. I really can't be bothered. At least for these just being VODs, you know. If the channel gets big enough that I, can function as an actual, like, Let's Play channel, then that would be different. Then I can actually, edit stuff and have more, like, I'm recording this for people to later watch versus live, since I'm streaming this via Twitch. But yeah, As of currently, I do not plan on doing that. Tell me, madame, did you even find a weapon on the inspector at the time of his arrest? Yes, we confiscated this from his person. Oh, I see. Is it possible that the gun was planted? That's a standard issue percussion lock, chat roulette, gender mine pistol. That's exactly the type of gun I would expect a policeman to carry. Sorry, Falcon. Yes. Oh yeah, this is important, the caliber. Because we found a bullet. Madame, what caliber is the inspector's weapon? Caliber? You don't even know. 15 millimeters. That's the standard caliber for the gendarmerie pistol. And what caliber was the bullet found in the mademoiselle? Well, I can't be sure, but it's between 13 and 17. Oh boy. She's about to say, well, it's within the parameters. If the bullet were 17 meters in diameter, it wouldn't fit in the inspector's 15 millimeter gun. And if it was smaller, it would just fall out. That would immediately free the inspector of all guilt. Certainly would, if the bullet were exactly. We're going on the fact that yeah, we're going on the fact that we are not 100% sure what size it is. But Fontaine just said that the bullet was between 13 and 17 millimeters. That's quite a large range. Actually, it's no. I guess in comparison, I guess it's pretty big, but yeah. For 13 or 15, the inspector's guilt would only be confirmed further. Well, not really. You're holding on to a shred of hope that that bullet is actually 17 millimeters, but you lack any evidence. Let's move this along. No. But we do have the actual bullet, so. I'm assuming that if we didn't take the bullet out, what would have happened was we basically would have just been like, yeah, what kind of gun was it? And yeah, that's it. Still the eye patch and the handprint. We know the eye patch was worn by whatever his name is, the guy that was impersonating an entire different animal. And then the handprint on the back. I feel like that might be what solves the case. Unless we're missing evidence and it just ends up game overing. Point blank. Wait a minute. Friar Raymond's claiming the girl was shot point blank in the chest. Are they gonna explain potential lack of muzzle flare, maybe? Question. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know. I remember seeing the bullet wound myself. But that was quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an inaccuracy, but it is a girl. You dumb. I'm sorry. Does it really matter if the girl was shot from the front and the back, even where the girl died at the pig's hands? Yeah, it really does matter. It absolutely matters. Also, was she shot from the front? She was on her stomach. I think they took it. No, they took it out from the back. I don't think they rolled her over. With that being said, there would still be like muzzle flare or like flash from the weapon if it was shot close up. Like within the game, they mentioned it, so it is a within the game, essentially knowledge that that is a thing. If the girl was shot in the front, then might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. Shot in the back, well, that could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. Yeah, she was shot from the back. It doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flattering light, Falcon. Madame, you're missing the point. A shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. He doesn't care about narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation. You're making a oh my god, I'm losing my mind. You assume that just because the girl was shot in the back, that she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario is not possible. If the girl were running away, then she would have she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of shooting, right? Right. But I know the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. If you're standing that close, how could you possibly know that? Oh, we're basing this on the handprint. Okay, fair. I don't know why they wouldn't have brought up the muzzle flare thing again. But maybe she'll point that out. Maybe she'll be like, there's no muzzle flare on the body. Because I don't think there was any on the dress, and we never, like, pointed that out. A bloody handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madame? Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim. It was on her back. A mark made with the girl's dying breath. Well, no, not really. It was her left hand on her left shoulder, like facing essentially, well, from a forward point of view, like up, which is impossible. You can't touch the back of your left shoulder with your hand in that direction. You would have to literally just, like, your hand would literally have to be backwards for that to work. Not backwards, but flipped 180 degrees, like, horizontally, I guess. Yeah, that's not possible to do. The angle and positioning of the print indicate they could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm certain the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. I see, there's quite a theory. It's not a theory. It's evidence. It's not a theory. Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? Oh yeah, because the person who did it was still bleeding because they were just... Wait a minute, it's been a few days, hasn't it? Huh. Did they talk about, like, the... Oh, wait a minute. I think he mentioned that his wound opened up again. Okay, there we go. That's how we're gonna get him. The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hands on the girl's clothing after she had already died. And if that's the case, then she suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No, that's... I'm still trying to work out the details. But I know that the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured, and his hand was already covered in blood. Tisk! You talked about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with that baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does that handprint nonsense really affect the situation? It completely affects it. Eh, you find something funny about the situation, Inspector? I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. Patently. An animal court. Yeah. Not any specific Australian animals with a pouch court. Through and through. But there was something particularly funny about that last exchange. You were both so focused on when and how the handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. Oh yeah! Wait a minute. But... Are you referring to, like... Because from our perspective, that would be your right hand. Because this is him facing forward. Unless the left is a nub? Would that be a nub there? It's very hard to tell in the art whether or not... I thought his hand was, like, behind his back. But now that I'm thinking of it, I think it's doing... Because if you ever see, well, not always, but usually when someone's missing an arm, what they'll do is if they put on like a shirt that's longer than where basically the missing part is, they'll fold it kind of like upwards or behind and then sew it. I suppose that's kind of what's going on here. I can't... I'll click this so you don't have a seizure. But, oh, Stream Elements thing worked. But now that, like, I'm really focusing on it, I think that's what's going on. His right hand, though, I'm a little confused what's going on there. Is he missing both of his hands? But again, that... I guess that never came to me because I never realized that his left hand was missing. And I'm assuming his right hand is just underneath that sleeve. Unless he's missing both of his hands. Well, madame, what do you say to that? Maybe. The handprint came from an accomplice, or maybe had nothing to do with the incident, or feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine. I don't have a solid explanation. Must concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I must concede that the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. That's it, the inspector is off the hook. No, there's still the matter of the incident at the halls. What are you talking about? What incident is this? I know nothing about it. Pause if you don't know. A beggar rat was shot and killed in the halls a few days ago. Wait, what? Oh, that. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Well, again, completely different animal. Also, I think they were paid off. They sounded like they were being paid to be very vague or not point out the fact that the person who did it was not a bird. Explain the pig out of this one. What the heck does that mean? Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss, but I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes this answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. Well, that's the only thing we have. Man known as Romulus. Not much, only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressor. You idiot! What do you mean forced to flee the country? Okay, maybe... I'm assuming the fact that he killed someone was not apparently made to the, like, not made public in the news. I'm assuming. Unless she's that, I guess backwards in her thinking to, like, actually think that us finding him guilty of murder was somehow oppressive, but that doesn't make any sense because he was a judge, and I don't know. Let's find out. That's a half-truth, madame. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police. But I've had the suspicion that the wolf is lurking in Paris itself. Although, I never managed to find definitive proof of this. Wait, did we know this already? That we found out? Yeah, because the judge did the last murder. And we found that out. Anyway, it turns out that my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. I don't know. What do you mean recently apprehended? What? Are these cases not linked together or something? What's happening here? Please, you can explain in the comments, because I'm getting confused here. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus' person just moments ago. Wait. Where? Oh yeah, because Sparrowson arrested Romulus. I think Sparrowson kind of like digged through his pockets and found an eye patch. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. As part of a disguise, something to conceal his identity and make him appear someone else. The disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar rat just to frighten the police inspector? Exactly, madame. It's no coincidence that Friar Remus happened to find that very same inspector just as another murder occurred today. So, Remus was in on it too? Two wolves working together to make the policeman look like a murderer. But why would they do that? While you up, madame. Make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say that they succeeded. Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? Literally. This trial's over. Go, Inspector, you're free. It's about time. Wait, are we having another trial after this? Did that unlock? Of course, it would be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even though we shot an innocent man. Well, she shot an innocent man a few days ago. Even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Falcon? Yes. I don't understand you. You're stupid, you're reckless, but you fought beak and talon for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect that you really aren't the Viridian killer at all. It only took a long time to pass that fact for your face. So he's not? I thought Falcon, like, admitted to it. Okay. Inspector, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renar Volks when this is all over, I mean. Here he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knows something. Because Volks knew that Romulus was involved with the Viridian, like, he said he's half of the Viridian killers. is plural, which makes no sense if Falcon was one, because why didn't Falcon realize that the judge was like, you know, the other Viridian killer? It makes no sense. This makes more sense if it's the case that Falcon actually is not the Viridian killer. You know, I felt like he said earlier that he kind of admitted he was, question mark. Madame, it appears that your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over. Wait, what? We can keep the peaceful standoff going. Wait, why do they want it to keep going? Thank you, I appreciate that. All of you, stay out of trouble. Sure. What happens now, ma'am? We're going to continue our protest peacefully. Ma'am, you just threatened the head of the police. I think that's what Ferretti's job was. You are deluded if you actually think that you're not going to be sent to prison after all this eventually blows over. Or once this revolution, like if it succeeds, which I'm assuming it's going to succeed, basically until it fails, because, yeah, every revolution has failed, from my understanding. I don't think any revolution has succeeded in the long term, at least within France. Could be wrong, though. Yell at me in the comments if I'm wrong. We're going to stand here, chanting and shouting, until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, they're going to be real humiliated. It might take days, weeks. If we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... Well, well, look who returned. Madame, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unharmed. Why do you let him go? Simple, Ramus. We all had a discussion. And we came to the conclusion that I have been misled by a couple of wolves. Oh? How many lies have you fed me, Friar? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? You helped your brother kill the beggar in the halls. Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Oh, Place? Yeah, Place de la Concorde. Now I think about it, even the Croc's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. Oh, is she realizing that she killed an innocent man? I don't know what to think anymore. I think that this guy's a scumbag at least, ma'am. I say shoot him! Kira was right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madame. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead. Oh, he wants it. Never mind, don't do it. He actually wants it. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Do it! Do it, damn it! Falcon, you have proven yourself as a heavy and clear judgment. What? Oh my god. I'm tempted just to say shoot him, because at this point, everything's backwards. But he wants to die, so let him live. Oh, wait a minute, unless he's doing reverse psychology. Because if he does that, then you know that we're gonna not kill him. And, damn. But then you know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be. I think it's a little too late at this point. Because she killed Cocorico. You're right. I said this would be a bloodless revolution, despite there being blood involved. Again, kind of a little two-faced there, because you killed someone who was innocent in the catacombs. And I can't make any exceptions, not even for a monster like this wolf. Wow, this is amazing. Completely unprecedented. You buckled all of my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, madame. Well done, Falcon. You have demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. But unfortunately for both of you, I'm no Oh, shit! A priest with a gun. Everyone get down! Wait, did we fail? Oh, we're standing up. Ah, good. Okay, you know what? I'm glad. Hardly surprised that the wolf was too cowardly to face a real punishment. This isn't right. It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon, but I can't say I'll mourn the friar's death. No, that's not what I meant. I meant that it doesn't make sense for him to off himself so abruptly. That comment of his, it was almost like I think we need to get out of here. Oh god, what is it? The Gunpowder Rebellion or something? That's what it was called, right? Gunpowder Rebellion. Oh, we're back here with the duck. Or back. I'm trying to remember what voice did I get back. Officer, hold your fire. No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them. Oh, cutscene. It's me or them. Fire every cannon. Oh goodness. Ba-dang! Ba-dong! These are all people, not animals. What's happening here? Oh, that kind of looks like a bird. Can you see my mouse? I'm not sure you can. Anyone hear me? Pierre Fontaine. Oh, wait, what? Oh, excuse me. I'm here, madame. Falcon? Of all people. I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Yeah, no shit. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper over seeing the dead girl? It was when you killed Cocorico. Yes, that's where you went wrong. Was it earlier when I first listened to that? Well, that too. I've made a lot of mistakes. Yes, and you should spend the rest of your life in prison. We've all made mistakes, madame. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Well, true. Well, actually, they kind of have, right? I think. Can you move, madame? I don't. Oh no. Is it a Bubba situation? Oh, what? Oh my god, an actual save point that is actually gonna save the game. Unlike last, well, yeah, this is the quote-unquote save point. So if I continue here and decide to stop, then, well, it will, like, put me back here. This could very well be the end, or this could go on for a few more hours, but let's find out. Oh, Sparrowson. Dear Volks, I'm writing to you from the Diamal Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. Decided to take your advice. And have gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain? The Second Republic taking over? It's all crazy stuff. Wait, what? The Republic actually worked? Like it actually happened, I meant? What happened was the Morty bird kind of got all nervous and set all the cannons off. So, I guess it unintentionally worked? Anyway, before I left, you asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report, and it says that Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. Oh, okay. I'm assuming this truly very much is, like, the bad ending. But also said the police didn't find a body, same as Leonie Biomar. Weird, huh? Or maybe? I don't know. I feel like any ending where Cocorico dies is quote-unquote the bad ending. Rumor is that he was probably blown away by cannon fire. That doesn't sound right to me. Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. Possible, isn't it? Anyway, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop. Vienna! Oh, okay. I was remembering this is like the 1830, not 1930. Different situation. I'll let you know how Mademoiselle Sign and her parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. And those look like humans. Also, there's horses. Could there be horses riding horses? Or horses in the buggy while horses pull horses? Oh. Okay. Well, the game's over. You have reached the end of Route C, Fraternite. The ending you received was determined by decisions you made in Chapter 3. Actually, it wasn't my decision. I apparently didn't find an item during the investigation thing. So it wasn't really my choice. By tackling the trial in the catacombs oh, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can actually not have to play the game all over again to get to this point. However, we are missing an item required for one of the actual endings, which is like the true ending. What? Whoa, wait a minute. You can do. Am I losing my mind? I didn't realize you could do that. So you can just straight up go back and like do this essentially. I'm not sure how far back we will have to go. Maybe at the start of the case. But I will definitely look at the guide. Make sure that we have everything we need. That being said, case A seems considerably shorter than case C, which we just did.